Hey guys, it's your boy, your host, Davion. Welcome to another episode of Consciouztv. We are here to talk about surviving Cardi B. But before we get into this discussion, make sure you guys comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so that you can be informed and notified about all of my future uploads. You can also donate to the show at Cash App, which is $Consciouztv, and or PayPal at paypal.me/Consciouztv. And you guys can email me at consciouztv@gmail.com. All information will be at the bottom of the screen as well as in the description box below. Now let's get into this discussion. Of course, I'm hella late on actually giving commentary about Cardi B and surviving Cardi B and all the controversy surrounding the Instagram live she did about 3 years ago, where she admitted that she had definitely robbed niggas and drugged them up in order to get studio time and to get to where she is today in her career. This live came, I guess, off of the heels of a lot of people who were saying that she basically don't deserve what she has and where she is today. That she kind of was handed her success overnight. You guys know that Cardi B is deeply emotional. She's very reactive, and Cardi B does not take well to having skeptics. She doesn't take well to criticism, and she's very emotionally immature in that kind of way. So she always goes super hard in terms of defending herself. So when she made this confession, she was saying that basically, you motherfuckers don't know what the fuck you're talking about. She has had to sow blood, sweat, and tears and halfway sell her goddamn soul to the devil, as well as damn near kill other black men by drugging them and robbing them to get where she is today. So pay her motherfucking respect. Keep her name out of your motherfucking dick suckers and suck her motherfucking pussy, okay? Now, for those of you who might want to hear this clip, let's just go ahead and play the clip actually, so that you guys can really get a gist of what I'm saying here. Let me put it up real quick like.
I paid over $50,000 in studio time because you gotta pay good engineers, you gotta go to a good studio, and you gotta put in that bread. I did it with my money. So for a to say that I don't deserve it because I don't put in no work, now that's when I feel like niggas is bugging. Because I did it myself. I must have forgot the shit that I did to survive. Like, I had to go straight. I had to go, oh yeah, you wanna fuck me? Yeah, let's go to this hotel. And I drop niggas up and I rob them. That's what I used to do.
So let's just play that back one more time. As you guys heard, she says, I used to drug niggas up and rob them under the guise that they were about to get some pussy. And she was doing this during her stripper days. But let's play that back one more time.
And I drop niggas up and I rob them. That's what I used to do. Nothing was my business. Yeah, let's go to this hotel. And I drop niggas up and I rob them. That's what I used to do. Nothing was my business to me, nothing.
So, as you guys heard that for the third time, Cardi B said during her stripper days, once again, that she would drug niggas up who wanted to fuck her. Mind you, there's a narrative going on around saying that these guys were soliciting her for sex, aka prostitution, but that's not what came out of Cardi B's mouth. She didn't say that these guys were paying for pussy. She didn't say that these guys and that she was selling pussy. She said that niggas who wanted to fuck her, I guess they would be her clients, they would come to the strip club. You know how men are. They want to grope you. They want to fuck. They're horn dogs. And I guess she would pick whoever she felt like had the biggest wallet, who was throwing the most bands in the club. And she would take that guy back to a hotel room under the guise that they were going to get it on, have a good one night stand. He could say he fucked a hot stripper last night, blah, blah, blah. But in fact, she would have her goons waiting outside, and she would drug niggas up and rob their ass. There's a big conversation going on in social media about whether Cardi B should be investigated and that she's practically the female version of Cosby. Now, I wrote about this on my YouTube, and I'm just going to recite it here, and then we're going to have a further discussion about it. Now, as it relates to Cardi B being compared to Bill Cosby, for me, in my brain and my line of thinking, what Cardi B and Bill Cosby did are the same in principle. Principle meaning deception, dishonesty, taking advantage of, lying, and thievery. They are different in action and impact, but the same in principle. Drugging people is a total violation of their safety and livelihood, period. Stealing someone's money or stealing their bodies or sex is still theft and violation. The reason why society cannot righteously discern right from wrong is because they make principles circumstantial rather than universal. Cardi B doesn't get a pass because she's Cardi B, and definitely not because she's a woman. Women want equality, well, now you have it. If you violate and objectify a man, it will be judged and penalized accordingly in the eyes of equality. If a man would have found Cardi B afterwards and killed her ass for the entire ordeal, then he would have been wrong, right? Right. Mama always told me, don't start no shit and it won't be no shit. So when you find yourself in some shit, you can truly pull the victim card because you ain't start the shit you in. Now, I acknowledge both rape and robbery have two different impacts on their victims. This is true. Rape is not robbery, and robbery is not rape in terms of the actual action in and of itself. Violating someone's finances, whether you just scammed a person out of their savings account, or whether you just mugged a person on the street and robbed them of the 50 bucks they had in their pocket, or whether you just hijacked somebody's car, or whether you broke into someone's home. This is very different from violating someone's body, right? Because the difference between robbery and rape is that rape is a physical assault upon a person. Robbery is the taking away of a physical object, an inanimate object on a person or that belongs to a person. Now, both these actions, despite being different and maybe having different impacts on people, also are the same in principle. They're both deceptive, manipulative, dishonest, and they're both thievery. Whether you stole somebody's innocence, stole somebody's virginity, which is where we get that term from. You stole my innocence. You stole my virginity. Rape is a taking away. Thievery is a taking away. So Cardi B and Cosby are the same in principle. We know that the actions are different. So I don't want to hear that dumb shit below. Well, raping, I just motherfucking said rape and thievery are distinctive, but they're the same in principle. Okay. Now, to further you guys' understanding of principles versus values and circumstances, let's look up the term principle. Now, according to the dictionary, the definition of principle is a fundamental truth or proposition that serves as the foundation for a system of belief or behavior for a chain of reasoning. The second definition is a general scientific theorem or law that has numerous special applications across a wide field. That's where principle takes on a universal, almost cosmic aspect or property, right? Some of the synonyms for the term principle would be truth, proposition, concept, idea, postulate. Okay? So let's unpack principle a little bit more. Principles are self-evident. As a part of most traditions and philosophies over the ages, they've been woven into the fabric of societies throughout humanity's history. They often concern human behavior and govern interactions between people. Principles represent an objective reality that transcends culture and individuals. For example, Convey City's various principles, including fairness, integrity, and honesty. A principle is a natural law like gravity. If you drop something, gravity controls. If I don't tell you the truth, you won't trust me. That's natural law. There are certain principles that transcend cultural differences and do not change over time. They determine the ultimate outcomes or consequences of behavior and actions as much as gravity determines that something will fall when dropped. Now let's define values. In contrast to principles, values are beliefs and opinions that people hold regarding specific ideas or issues and are ultimately internal and subjective are malleable. They may change as demand or needs change. If a given belief or opinion is something that might be altered if the conditions are right, then it's a value. So this is where you can separate the principle from the circumstances as it relates to Cardi B and Cosby being compared. Now, Cosby and Cardi B, once again, are the same in principle. They're both dishonest, they're both fucking thieves, and they're both abusers of humanity and violators, period. Where you can bring distinction between the both of them is Bill Cosby was after women's bodies. That was his objective for drugging them and for luring them to his office, to his hotel room, to his basement, to the backseat of his car, wherever the fuck he was violating women at. And he was after sex. Cardi's motive and agenda in drugging niggas was their money, their finances. Two separate motives, right? Two people after two different things, but both taking something from someone that didn't belong to them, whether that was someone's body, someone's intimacy, someone's sex, or whether that was someone's finances, their Rolex, the keys to their car, their necklace, their diamond earrings, etc. Okay? Now, something that I want to speak to that was mentioned in my comment section, and something that also came up in this discussion, I want to bring up. One of my subscribers who I love dearly, but who I had to disagree with dearly, had said that Cardi B did it for survival and Cosby did it for his power complex. Okay, so what I want to say to that is, let's be clear. The context of Cardi's statement was, you motherfuckers don't know what I had to do to get to where I am today. I wanted to make music, but I knew that it took getting into a really good studio, working with really quality engineers in order to really sell my music off. And I had to do a lot of foul, ghetto, ratchet ass shit in order to pull that off, which is drug niggas up and rob them for their fucking money. So this means that Cardi B didn't do what she did for survival. What it means in the context of what she said was that Cardi B did it for very vain, superficial, and greedy ass reasons. Surviving is what happens when people cannot eat, when people cannot get an honest job, when people cannot provide themselves with the necessities of life through honest, integral means, okay? Through some basic practical application. Cardi B was a working stripper and just wanted more. And she exploited men because of her own greed. If she wanted to afford high quality studio sessions and engineers and producers and writers, and she wanted the best of the best of the best as it related to her dreams as a musician, and her salary as a stripper wasn't cutting it, it's called advancing your fucking career, not robbing and drugging niggas. You could have picked up extra hours at the strip club. You could have got you a part-time motherfucking job. At some point, Cardi B ass was also in college. You could have just got your fucking degree, okay? Worked, made a really good salary for yourself, and you could have afforded some quality engineers and some great studio sessions. Mind you, technology is so badass. I got friends right now who record music, who are recording artists. They don't even go to studios. They're just all type of software they can install on their laptop. It's all type of microphones they can use on their MacBooks, on their computers, on their desktops, on their iMacs, and can produce music that sounds just as quality as the shit that mainstream recording artists can record in quality studios. There's a million and one fucking loopholes, so I'm not gonna make no motherfucking excuse for Cardi B. I'm not surprised, but for me, as it pertains to a conversation around comparing her to Bill Cosby, are her and Cosby one and the same? Absolutely. They're one and the same in principle. They both were okay with taking things that didn't belong to them from people who didn't owe them shit. They both presented opportunities that were deceptive, because these guys in Cardi's case, thought that they were coming to have a genuine sexual experience with a stripper who was interested in taking their ass home and giving them some pussy just to wake up out of their fucking minds, butt ass naked and without all of their possessions. Bill Cosby lured women who he knew were under the guise of trying to get solid acting roles, were trying to get their big break. And he used his power and he used deception and lies to lure them into spaces with him where he also drugged them and took what didn't belong to him as well. Both of these situations are completely fucked up. And guess what? In the court of law, thieves and rapists share living quarters together. Together, okay? They both are felony crimes. The prison system don't put thieves in one fucking prisons and rapists in another. They put them together because they're all the same in principle. That's why they don't have to be separated. So in a conversation about principle, yes, in that context, Cardi and Cosby are the same. Circumstances and actions taken, completely different. The impact of being raped is different from the impact of being robbed. We know this. That's common fucking sense. So, am I here for a Surviving Cardi B documentary? It'd be interesting, you know, if one was to happen. If all these niggas just come forward, because this would be the first time that we would see men at the forefront of the Me Too movement. And God knows how much of women's empowerment would come crashing down when the men in this country talk about how scandalous, manipulative, and demonic, you know, the female power and the female privilege can be in this country. So that would be a very interesting turn of events. And if it doesn't happen through this whole Cardi situation, it is definitely going to happen at some point. Men will be introduced into the Me Too movement. And that's going to be very, very, very fascinating, because we're going to confront a lot of our ideas around masculinity and men and power as it relates to the feminine. And that's probably going to snatch a lot of motherfuckers' wigs completely off their goddamn heads. Now Cardi B did issue out an apology. Like a lot of y'all celebrities who grew up on social media and had Twitters before fame and Instagram before fame, when y'all get y'all big break, just literally delete your entire motherfucking page. Delete the whole thing and start anew. I'm telling y'all asses right now, when I get famous, bitch, Consciouztv channel is no more, girl. Everything is being controlled out, deleted. Okay? Y'all ain't about to catch a bitch completely motherfucking slipping. Cardi B, you know, she's problematic in a lot of other ways as well, but this particular video is about this particular controversy right here. We can have a whole conversation about Cardi B if y'all want to. We can do that in another video. You guys just let me know if you guys want that whole unpacking of Cardi B. And just make sure that you comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Once again, you can donate to the show at my Cash App, which is $Consciouztv, and or my PayPal at paypal.me/ConsciouzTV. And you can email me at consciouztv@gmail.com. I will check you guys later. One.